and my grandfather all are into same business of publishing textbooks and guides and the dictionary that time. So like one fine day he decides everyone should not be in the same family business, something which I will do, something which is unstoppable. So that's how the VRL Vijayanand road lines. Vijayanand means Vijay is my dad and me Anand. When I was 1 year.
Wow.
So with that humble beginning he started, and 78 he adds a second truck. Lot of struggle, lot of hard work, lot of dedication, lot of so traveling. So until 90, 91, 92, like there were about 100, 120 trucks in the company. From there, slowly I stepped into the business along with my father.
Which year is that?
91, sir.
91?
91. Okay. When I was college going. So now from then to now, we are like, happy to say largest logistics in the country with more than 5,000 vehicles. This year we are adding further like 1,600 vehicles, 1,300 Tata vehicles and 300 Ashok Leyland. And ours is basically a general parcel carrying. Per day we handle more than 10,000 metric ton parcels, and connecting from Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
You built a really big company, but many people build big companies.
Yes.
But there must be something else to the story of this.
Yeah.
What is it that is unique about your father's story? I watched this riveting 3-minute trailer of the film, and it shows the struggle beyond all odds to build the largest logistics company in the country. So what is the story you're trying to convey?
See, 99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured in the movie. And behind this, like if you look at the industry attrition, one example, it's more than 20% at admin level or at marketing level. But over here in our company, it's less than 1%. That's what our employer-employee relation is so strong bonding, and thanks to our employees whose contribution also is great in building up of this company. Even today, like most of the seniors are in our company working very actively. That's what.
Why should a young person watch this film?
Yes, sir.
What is the story here? I mean, there has to be something else.
Yes,
there has to be the magic of it.
Yes,
Why should a young person watch the film?
First of all, sir, I'm a real big fan of Padma Shri Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar, sir. I also belong from the same hometown, which is Hubli, Dharwad. We have been grown up, watching and hearing about Vijay sir from my dad, from everyone, the way he has come from scratch. Okay, sir, it is actually next to impossible to create one empire, but he's not created just one empire. He's been creating a legacy, recreating their legacies. That means, creating an ethical business at this point of time is very tough. And this is for all the entrepreneurs out there, who wants to go and achieve something, who wants to have that Vijay inside them, who wants to achieve something in life. This is that film. And, like when it...
I have a picture. Is this a picture?
This is, yes, sir. This is how Vijay Sankeshwar sir is.
Can I hold it up for you?
Yes, sir.
So viewers, let's have a look at how much he looks like him. Hold this next to you.
You can see
next to you. No, one second. Hold it next. Let the camera capture that. I think it's a pretty fitting likeness.
Yeah, yes,
fantastic. Well done. Yes.
I had to put on 22 kgs for the character. And sir, more than anything, this is all about his journey, about his life. All the ups and downs of an entrepreneur. Usually, सब लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि okay, बहुत बड़ा business है, बहुत बड़ा businessman है. But they don't know to create that empire, how much an entrepreneur goes through. To take a salary it is easy, but to create that revenue for that salary is the most toughest part. And today what has happened is all the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight, but they don't want to face the difficulties. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. You need to struggle for that. You need to work hard for that. And I had planned, I am a big fan of sir. So me and the director Rishika Sharma, she is the youngest female director from Canada. So हम लोग गए sir के पास, like before even meeting sir, 6 months we had.
How long back was this?
Sir, 2019.
Okay.
2019 we planned that मतलब आज तक कोई भी कनाडा से बायोपिक नहीं बनी है. तो me and Rishika we planned we have to do it on Vijay sir, as it is more inspiring. Then 6 months we did a research before even meeting sir, and then we, one fine day I called Vijay sir and I said, sir, namaste, my name is so and so, Nihal, and we wanted to meet you. He's like, regarding, sir, we want to make a film on you. There was 1 second silence and he started laughing. He's like, I'm not a film actor, neither am I a sports person. Why is it people want to make a film on it? I'm just doing my normal job. Means he's so humble and down to earth that, I said to him, sir, you don't know that you have been inspiring millions of youngsters like me. Please give us an opportunity, sir. So he was very kind enough. Sir called us. वो मतलब 10 मिनट की एक मीटिंग का टाइम स्लॉट दिया गया था, सर. The best part is, we were like so, asking questions to him like, sir, ये क्या है, वो क्या है. And वो 10 मिनट की जो मीटिंग थी, that went on up till 8 to 9 hours.
Wow.
From there the story began, and Anand Sankeshwar sir, probably it was the 8th or 9th draft of the film when we were discussing it to Vijay sir. The sir was like, okay, who is the producer of the cinema? You look fair, you have money. I said, sir, I look fair, we don't have money. We're all struggling actors now. We had a small set of investors through which we wanted to raise the fund and do this film. Sir, I still remember that dialogue. Sir is so kind, he said, this age, creative burden is fine, but at this age, financial burden is not. If you people are okay, we want to get into cinema industry, which is coming from VRL film production. And that Anand Sankeshwar sir, came in as a producer. Sir, here I'm sitting in front of you in Republic today. It's like a dream come true. All thanks to my producer Anand sir.
Oh, amazing.
And we're all young bunch of talent, sir. This is my second cinema as an actor.
No, I'm sure. See, you struck me with what you said there. I'll tell you, Nihal.
Sir.
Everybody wants to nowadays do a startup, and within 5 days they want 1,000 crore valuation. Within 2 days they want to be a unicorn. I think now there is in the market, as you all know, there's a sense of realism, viewers. I want to talk about it. People are realizing this. It's more than valuation. You need to build value.
Yeah.
You need to build ethics in a business. You don't. It's not about making money all the time. So I think the message for I'm taking away from this is that a business is built over decades. And there's a lot of hard work. I mean, you cannot get into entrepreneurship with this crazy idea of becoming a head of a unicorn overnight.
Yes, sir.
So I think realism comes in.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I also have a Dharwad connection. Because you mentioned, in 2000, when I was working, at that time in NDTV, and I went on a fellowship to Cambridge University.
Okay.
To write a book, and 2001. And my funding was done by the DC Pavate Foundation, which is based from Dharwad. And I was taken to Karnataka University in Dharwad for a talk later. So I have this strong connect. I have to say thank you to the Dharwad based foundation for giving me the opportunity to study at Cambridge and be a fellow there. But now.
I'm also from the same university.
Oh, wonderful. I've been to the university. What a beautiful campus. So Siri, some time back in this studio itself, I had Madhavan with me, and Madhavan came with the great Nambi Narayan.
Yes.
And we spoke about that film, and Madhavan told me that a lot in the film was about the family also, how the family was targeted.
True.
So you are playing the role of Lalita Sankeshwar, Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar's wife. Can you tell me a little bit more about how the family, its role, its struggle, if at all, has been depicted in this film?
Yes, sir. Like you rightly said, it is. A lot of people know about VRL. A lot of people also know about Vijay sir and Anand sir, but they really don't know that the family that they come from and the kind of challenges they had to face as a family. So somewhere when that side is shown, Lalita ma'am plays a major part there, because they had everything. They had an established business of BG Sankeshwar sir, but they leave all of that and they come on to a new city to start this logistics business. It was ma'am who stood by sir in all his ups and downs. When somebody is on to achieving something, and when they go out of the house and they're traveling and day and night they're working, when they come back home, you need that strong support system. And also I strongly believe it's Lalita ma'am's huge contribution in upbringing of the children. Today we have someone like Anand sir amongst us with great family values and ethics, and somewhere it's Lalita ma'am's upbringing that has really raised him in this manner today. And I'm very happy to be playing that part on screen. Like Nihal sir was telling, they are all known for their ethical business. So the whole family stands by it. Today when we meet them, we really don't feel like they have built this huge empire. They are so grounded, they're so humble, and they're such good human beings. And I have personally learnt a lot in this journey, and that is where Lalita ma'am plays a huge part.
Did you speak to her, get a chance to interact?
Yes, I had got an opportunity to interact with her, and it was wonderful getting to to hear the stories from her side, because she just told me an incident where in the 70s and 80s, where sir was onto this business, and he would leave the house at 5 in the morning, come back at 2:33 in the night, and they had recently moved to a new city, so they did not know anyone. Ma'am had 4 children, and people would always question her, what is he onto? Is he doing some illegal business that we don't even get to see him? So at that time, facing all of those, facing people, still putting up a strong front and standing by sir, I think it's amazing. And sir always tells, he gives a lot of credit to ma'am, that she's always stood by him. Back then they did not, he was not able to give much of family time, but now I feel really nice when I see him take ma'am everywhere. And he tells that, you know, in a way he's making up for all the time that he has missed with ma'am, and he credits her so much. And I still remember when sir received Padma Shri, it was ma'am who was clapping like this.
Oh, wow.
And ma'am was so happy. And definitely, like they say, behind every successful man there is a woman.
It's like your whole life is fulfilled.
Definitely,
in that
definitely,
moment, right?
Definitely.
I think you're also very privileged to be playing this role.
100%, sir, and we are all newcomers. It's my 3rd film, and we are all here with just big dreams, and getting right opportunities, and opportunities like this, which is of such a big canvas, and to be playing a part like Lalita ma'am, and now it's a pan-India film, and it's coming in all the languages. It's a worldwide release, and we are sitting here in front of you. I think it's a great opportunity, and definitely I truly believe this is a story that needs to be told about Vijay sir and Anand sir, to inspire all the youth
Absolutely.
out there. And we are very, very happy that it's Kannada's first biopic, but this is just the
But it's also
beginning.
being released in many languages.
All 5 languages.
I
Yes.
think the best part is, Siri and Nehal, is that,
Yes, sir.
by the way, viewers, this is the first ever Kannada biopic. It is releasing in Kannada, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil and Malayalam. And it's releasing on 9th December worldwide. 1,500 screens in India, 350 worldwide. And I do hope that, you know, by the word of mouth, that people get to know about this film, because we must experiment. I mean, it's not always the singing and running behind the trees kind of
Yes.
movies which need to do well. By the way, we all know that tastes are changing. People are watching different kinds of films,
Yes.
and you need to show the reality. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of drama and fiction in it, but you need to show the reality. Now, you know, you're playing a very interesting role here, Bharat, because you're playing Anand.
Yes.
Now, what I feel is what people say about, from the little I know of Anand, you know, this guy is incredibly hardworking.
True, sir.
He's very distinctive, he's totally focused.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he's taken it upon himself to take his family's legacy forward.
Yeah.
And the most, you know what the cynics say about business families, one generation does well, second generation can't do well so easily.
Yeah.
And they say very few families, 3 generations take the graph upwards. And in the case of this family, I think what is wonderful is that 3 generations are taking it forward.
Yeah.
So how was it playing the role, and did you get to understand this man well? Because it must be so difficult for him to carry the weight of his father's legacy on his shoulders.
100%.
It's not easy,
Yeah.
right? So how was it for you? And
Sir, before I start, big fan of your work, and
Thank you.
The true voice of India, sir.
Yes.
so kind of
And
not many politicians think so. Don't say this in front of the Shiv Sena guys, the Uddhav faction. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. Yeah.
it's a great honor to be representing Dr. Anand Sankeshwar, sir. This is my second film, sir, and for someone like me, it's a very big opportunity, at the same time very big responsibility. As the title says, sir, Vijayanand, Vijay and Anand. It's an inspiring journey of father and son. It's a bond between them, how they built an empire together. And Vijay sir keeps saying that he's very proud to have a son like Anand sir. At the same time, I have not seen anybody who respects his father, who considers his father as a role model. And sir, we have been promoting this film in different cities, sir, starting from Ahmedabad, Delhi, many places. I have met the associates working with Anand sir, and I could see the amount of respect they have towards Anand sir. Most of them were 25 to 45 years of experience. And when I asked them, what made you to stay in this company for so long? They were like, this is my third or fourth job, and this is going to be my permanent job. They're not willing to change the company because he takes care of them like his own family. So that's the amount of love they have towards Anand sir. And today he's in a great position, you know, managing the entire largest logistics company of India. And he's very, very simple, very down to earth, and he respects each and everyone. And for me, it's a great privilege to be representing him on screen, sir.
You know, Anand, what he said about the respect you have for your father. And you know, your father's endorsement is the biggest endorsement that you can get, isn't it? I mean, because he has built this business from
Scratch.
ground up. And I think another reason why I'd say people should watch this film, I keep looking around, Anand. We look for Western icons in everything, unfortunately. But I feel that the Indian icons are the ones we need to speak about. One person I admire greatly, I've not met him personally, but I'd love to, is Sridhar Vembu of the Zoho Corporation. And what I find when I speak about someone like him, he has $1 billion revenue, but his lifestyle, the way he is, the way he runs his company. So I think your company too, you need to have the best in the world. You can compete with the best in the world. Global standards, but Indian values, right?
Very true.
So is that true that the way we don't need to look for role models outside? How do the Googles and Amazons run the company? We have our own Indian style of running companies.
You are absolutely right. So the same.
Would you like
way
to talk a little bit about that? Is that reflected in the film somewhere, not just the struggle?
Definitely, it has been reflected, sir, and more even like not hampering with the emotions or with any other, like even if you look at the songs, how it has been made, you can just add to that on the same values of to your question.
Oh, okay.
The same thing, sir. There are a lot of achievers in our India. There are a lot of achievers who have done, phenomenal things, like in their own sectors. Be it business, be it cinema, be it politics, or be it many other fields. These are the kind of films which we have to portray and we have to show to the audience. Reason being, cinema is that only one medium which directly hits your heart. Right, so these are the films which has to be seen by all the youth because they also can get inspired and they can also
100%. But has this film been seen in its length? Did your father see the film? क्या सबसे बड़ा the $1 million question यही है कि आपके पिताजी ने खुद ये पिक्चर देखी? क्या वो एडिट टेबल पे बैठे? क्या वो शॉर्ट्स देखा कि कब दिखाई उनको पिक्चर?
एक
गेस्ट अपीयरेंस भी नहीं है?
1.5 महीना पहला दिखाया तो some fine tuning was there to be frank. So थोड़ा बहुत उसमें करके then we went to, but ज़्यादा नहीं, थोड़ा बहुत जो उनको लग रहा था कि ऐसा because as Nihal was explaining about he has built this VR completely on ethical basis. What you rightly mentioned, completely ethically, and there is no shortcut for success. And like another to quote another example, our IPO. When we got listed in 2015, thanks to our investor circle, the issue was like oversubscribed 74 times.
Correct.
Today we are seeing like there are 70 times, 80 times, 100 times. But if we go back 6-7 years before, even 10 times, 2 times oversubscribing was a challenge. Those days ours was because of that brand goodwill. What has been
also another important thing, it took 39 years from the inception of your company till you went public.
Yes.
You were private for 39 years.
Right.
So you were not here to go public and make money overnight. You
True.
built value over 30. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Very true, sir.
Everybody wants to have a startup idea today, investor tomorrow, valuation day after, exit on the 4th day.
Yes.
And I keep saying, if you want to exit the company, why do you build it?
Exactly.
I keep hearing about founders who say, Siri, now, I'll tell you,
Yes.
I want to launch the company and I want to exit. If you built the company to exit, then you're not associated with the company.
Right.
So I think there's a wonderful story.
Yes, sir.
You excited about this?
Sir, to be honest, like exam likha hai maine. We have written our all exams. December 9th ko results hai. I know that I have done good, but it is left to the janta how they.
What about you, Sir?
Very excited, sir. At the same time, there's a lot of sense of responsibility as well because through this film, we'll be we are already put on the map, and I'm sure everybody will be waiting what we will do next. And because we've played roles of such legendary people on screen, and I just want to add one thing about the entrepreneurs you were telling about these days. What I have personally seen in their journey is not just they did not give up till they reached their goal. After achieving a certain amount of success as well, they really are not giving up. They're still working consistently, and that perseverance that they have, and the way they're working hard is something that we truly have to draw inspiration from, because like we all are like Monday to Friday we work, Saturday, Sunday we want to chill, but they work in such a way that they enjoy their work. They don't feel like taking a break, and that they don't give up even after achieving success. That is something that we all need to draw from them.
There's one word which defines it: tenacity.
Yes,
tenacity,
definitely,
you know?
definitely.
You're tenacious.
Yes.
Well, all the best to you.
Thank you.
And this was a happy coincidence that we could meet.
Yes, sir.
I really wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing it myself.
Really, we appreciate in such a short this one.
Yes.
Please don't embarrass me.
We heartfully thank you for your time.
Please don't do that. It's great to meet friends. So this film is releasing on 9th December worldwide. I've started seeing films post-COVID now. I just saw Uchai recently, and now I look forward to seeing this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके हैरत से आंखें अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके हर कोई ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment. We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan.
स्मृति ईरानी आई है, महिला शक्ति की बार बार बात होती है, कैसा माहौल यहाँ नजर आ रहा है?
जी 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 बिल्कुल अच्छा माहौल है यहाँ पर। महिलाओं के लिए खूब अच्छा काम किया है मोदी साहब ने, इसलिए महिला खूब ही उत्साहित है यहाँ की।
कोई कह रहे हैं कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी का भी कुछ असर रहेगा?
कौन आम आदमी पार्टी, कौन कांग्रेस?
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. 1 second. Noora, did you receive gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? No. Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
A very good evening. Thank you for staying with us here on Republic. First, it was the Ravan attack, and now it is the attack over Jai Shri Ram. What is the Congress party's larger game plan? And is Rahul Gandhi a Chunavi Hindu, much like the BJP says? And what will be the impact of this controversy over the upcoming Gujarat elections, also the MCD elections in Delhi? We track that story and much more. First up, the headlines on Top of 5. On Bharat Jodo, Rahul Gandhi says the BJP and the RSS do not respect Sita and hence they say Jai Shri Ram instead of Jai Siya Ram.
अपनी सरकार में एफिडेविट दे डाला कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, तब राहुल गांधी खामोश क्यों बैठे थे? क्या वो भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे?
BJP hits back hard, calling him a seasonal Hindu, says at least now Rahul Gandhi is taking Lord Ram's name. Political parties give a final push in the last day of campaigning ahead of Gujarat's second phase of polling. Three people are killed in a bomb explosion outside TMC booth president's residence in Bengal's East Midnapur. BJP alleges TMC booth president was making bombs as the blast comes ahead of Shubhendu Adhikari and Abhishek Banerjee's rallies. Republic accesses NIFIR in the Mangaluru blast case. Sharik booked under UAPA among other sections, planned to murder several people. First up, let's get you this update coming in from West Bengal, where a bomb explosion has been reported just outside a local TMC leader, Rajkumar Manna's house. Now, what we can tell you is that 3 people have reportedly died in this explosion. Rajkumar Manna is the local vice president here of the TMC. He is also the booth president. The incident coming ahead of rallies of Abhishek Banerjee and Shubhendu Adhikari. Shubhendu has in fact accused the TMC of bomb making.
अरे 100 से गाड़ी तोड़ा, हमारी 50 से ज्यादा कार्यकर्ता को गंभीर चोट आया, 6 को कलकत्ता रेफर करना पड़ा, और भी 100-150 कार्यकर्ता को हमारी महिला मोर्चा का कार्यकर्ता के ऊपर हमला हुआ, अभी भी एक लापता है। 20,000 से ज्यादा वर्कर को ये लोग रोक दिया। हमारी एमएलए अंबिका राय का गाड़ी तोड़ा, बंकिम घोष जी का गाड़ी तोड़ा, अग्निमित्रा पाल, अर्चना मजुमदार, अरुणवती जी हमारी जीएस है, अर्चना जी, सजल घोष हमारी खूब सीनियर लीडर है, सबको पूरा इतना गलत तरीके से ये लोग हरकत किया, ये कोई डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन डिटेन कर सकता है, फर्जी मामला बंगाल के कल्चर है, लेकिन ये लोग सेफ्टी के लिए लेकर गया, रेस्क्यू करके जो सिचुएशन हुआ था रेस्क्यू करने का था। हम लोग बात करेगा, हमारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रेसिडेंट थाना में जाएगी, हम लोग ऊपर बात करेगा चीफ सेक्रेटरी से, होम सेक्रेटरी से, काम नहीं होगा तो मांडे कोर्ट में बेल पिटीशन होगा, क्या दिक्कत है। और हम लोग का जेल जाने के लिए, अत्याचारी सरकार को खत्म करने के लिए, जेल जाने के लिए और मामला लेने के लिए, मेरा ऊपर तो 26 हो गया, 100 हो जाएगा कुछ दिन के अंदर। मुझे उसका ट्रैफिक वायलेशन का फाइन भी दे दिया, मैं कल डाल दिया लाल बाजार में। ये इसमें ममता बनर्जी हम लोग का सिर नहीं झुका सकते हैं। इसको उखाड़ फेंकने का मंत्र के साथ एक डबल इंजन सरकार, राष्ट्रवादी सरकार और प्रो पीपुल सरकार, जिसका मार्गदर्शक होगा मोदी जी, वो सरकार करने के लिए हम लोग जितना भी कोशिश करना चाहिए उतना कोशिश हम लोग करेंगे।
देखिए ये तो नेचुरल बात है, क्योंकि आज हमारे इधर पश्चिम बंगाल में कोई इंडस्ट्री नहीं है। जो इंडस्ट्री है वो है बम का इंडस्ट्री, आर्म्स का इंडस्ट्री, यही तो है हमारे कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री, बम बनाने का। आज 4 लोगों का मृत्यु हुआ है और इसको लेकर भी तृणमूल राजनीति कर रहे कि भाजपा ने ये किया है। तो अगर हम लोग ही किया है तो हम लोग ही बोल रहे हैं ना, एनआईए इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, डर किस बात का है। जो किया है इसको उसका सामने आए, बंगाल के लोग जानना चाहते हैं। तो हम लोग एलओपी भी बोले हैं, हमारे प्रदेश सभापति भी बोले हैं, एनआईए इन्वेस्टिगेशन हम लोग को चाहिए कि कौन ये बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट किया है और इतना बम कहाँ से, कहाँ से इतना बम आ रहा है पश्चिम बंगाल में। कल भांगड़ में आप देखे लाखों का आर्म्स कॉन्फिस्केट हुआ है। तो हम लोग को समझ में आ रहा है कि ममता बनर्जी किसको लेकर आज पंचायत वोट कराएंगे। साधारण नागरिक तो उनके साथ नहीं है, उनके साथ है पुलिस प्रशासन और ये बॉम्ब और ये आर्म्स।
So those are back-to-back reactions that have come in from the BJP, but also let's get in more details on what we know about the incident so far and where does the investigation lead to. Ishan Dev, my colleague from our sister network, Republic Bangla, is joining us live. Ishan, thank you for joining us here. What do we know about the incident per se and the investigations? And what about the identity of these people who've been killed? Has the local police said absolutely anything?
Well, Dipti, as Agnimitra Paul and Shubhendu Adhikari were saying, you have listened to them, that this explosion took place last night and at least three died in this incident, and the villagers on live in Republic Bangla has claimed, the villagers in that particular village have claimed that all these people belong to Trinamool and they were local office bearers of TMC even. What is notable here, Dipti, Abhishek Banerjee today, he had a rally there in East Midnapur district, in which district itself this explosion happened. And while Abhishek Banerjee was on his way from Kolkata to Kontai, which is in East Midnapur, he stopped over at a village which is named as Marishda. He went there to see that how is the situation of development in Marishda, but this explosion spot is just 45 minutes away, just 28 kilometers away from the spot where Abhishek Banerjee stopped over. But he did not go to this village to see the family of the deceased TMC workers, the TMC workers who died in the explosion last night, 3 workers. He did not even go to the village to see the situation, to see the family members of the TMC workers. So the questions are being raised by the political analysts and the whole political spectrum, that when Abhishek Banerjee is visiting the same district where the explosion happened last night and it claimed 3 lives, Abhishek Banerjee stopped over at Marishda village, which is just 128 kilometers from the spot of explosion, but he did not go to the spot of explosion to see the family members of the deceased. So this is the situation here, and as ahead of the panchayat polls, the political atmosphere is getting intensified. So the situation is like this here, and the heated exchanges are also there around this incident here. Dipti.
All right, Ishan, I think those are important details that you're sharing with us, but it's important for the investigative agency to get down to the bottom of this, because who was making this bomb? What was the intention? Who was the target? Those are important questions, Ishan, and we trust you to keep us ahead on that story. For the moment, thank you. And from West Bengal, we are now shifting our focus to what's been happening in Gujarat. Remember, it's a high-pitched campaign, and you have the who's who of the BJP who are on ground zero as we build up to what happens in the second phase of polling, that is on the 5th. So what really are the core issues this time around? What has Smriti Irani said? Let's bring up this exclusive conversation with our colleague Srishti from Republic Bharat.
देखिए, राम का नाम जो अभी अभी लेना शुरू कर रहे हैं, उनको पहले तो इस देश के हिंदुओं को बताना पड़ेगा कि जब उनकी माताजी सोनिया जी ने अपनी सरकार में एफिडेविट दे डाला कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, तब राहुल गांधी खामोश क्यों बैठे थे? क्या वो भी षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे? उनकी चुप्पी ये बतलाती है कि यही उनकी धारणा थी। 2 बार लगातार लोकसभा का चुनाव हारने के बाद अब राम के भक्त बने हैं। और जहाँ तक श्री शब्द का इस्तेमाल है, कोई भी हिंदू जानता है, सनातन धर्म में मानने वाला जानता है कि हमारे धर्म में किसी भी चीज़ की शुभ शुरुआत के लिए हम जैसे ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः कहते हैं, श्री लक्ष्मी का प्रतीक है। तो पता नहीं किसने उनको सनातन धर्म की अचानक इतनी जानकारी दी है, शायद ये जानकारी ना दी हो। तो अगर वो नहीं चाहते कि माँ के उस स्वरूप की पूजा करे हिंदू, तो आकर हिंदुओं को बताए। लेकिन अगर सनातन धर्म के प्रति उनकी अचानक इतनी श्रद्धा जागी है, तो कृपया ये तो बता दें कि यात्रा में गौ हत्यारे के साथ क्यों घूम रहे थे। और प्रभु राम की जहाँ तक बात है, तो हम कहते हैं, राम जी ने तो स्वयं कहा उनके, हम बार बार यही अपने बच्चों को सिखाते हैं कि जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, मतलब मेरी जननी जन्मभूमि स्वर्ग से महान है। ये प्रभु राम का स्वयं कथन है। तो अगर वाकई में राहुल जी प्रभु राम को मानते हैं, जिन्होंने जन्मभूमि को स्वर्ग से महान कहा, तो राहुल जी यात्रा ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ क्यों निकाल रहे हैं जो भारत के टुकड़े होने का नारा दे चुका है और आज उनकी यात्रा में उनके साथ डफली बजा रहा है।
बिल्कुल, आप देख रही हैं कि किस तरीके से भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है, लेकिन गुजरात में
टूटा है क्या भारत?
उनका ये कहना है कि हम जोड़ने की कोशिश
नहीं, उनकी पार्टी टूटी है, उनके प्रति लोगों का विश्वास टूटा है, इसलिए यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं।
अच्छा, गुजरात में
कांग्रेस खोजो यात्रा है, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा नहीं है।
So you just heard the Union Minister Smriti Irani there, and let's shift our focus now to what's been happening as far as the war of words between the BJP and the Congress is concerned. N number of insults that you have seen almost every election season. Remember, this is nothing new. But now there is also a Karnataka Congress leader. His name is V.S. Ugrappa, who's actually compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur. And when he was asked that if he is willing to apologize, will he take back those comments, he says, absolutely not. I do not think I've said anything wrong. Will the Congress party act against this man, or is this just normalization of such abuses this election season? So he's the leader that you see on your screens. This is just days ahead of the polling for the second phase of the Gujarat elections now. That you have this Congress leader who's also a former member of parliament, and he now goes on to say that the Prime Minister, in fact he's compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur. The BJP has hit back at this leader and the Congress, and we are in fact just standing by to get you this politician live right now. In fact, we are just trying to get him live so that we can ask him questions that a lot of you have also been asking, that what is the need to get down to abuses do such abuses help the Congress party? Remember, there is a whole list of these abuses that have been charged and used against the Prime Minister almost in every election season. So why is the Congress party resorting to this kind of gali politics is a question again and again that is asked of the party. All right, I'm told that the Karnataka Congress leader, V.S. Ugrappa, and a former MP is in fact joining us live right now. Mr. Ugrappa, good evening, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening, my dear friend. Hello.
Sir, you are a
Can
former
you hear
member
me?
of parliament. You're a former member of parliament, sir. We've all heard that snippet where you go on to call the Prime Minister Bhasmasur. Can you tell me that what is the need for this gali politics? Is this the best way that the Congress believes it can win elections?
Hello.
Can you hear us, sir?
Hello. Hello.
So
Hello,
I just in fact checked if you could hear me, but the moment I asked you a question, sir, can you hear us?
Madam, my dear friend, there is a disturbances from your side.
We'll just try to patch you again, sir, and apologies. We'll just fix that line because I think it's important to hear what he might even end up saying, because n number of times where the Congress party has used these insults against the Prime Minister, they have gone ahead to justify those insults. Leave aside the question of apology. They continue to do it every day. And you would recall that the Prime Minister, while he was campaigning in Gujarat, has actually again and again spoken about this. And he says, no matter what, you can keep abusing me, you can keep abusing the BJP, but he said that the people are watching all this. The Karnataka Congress leader, V.S. Ugrappa, who actually compared the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur, is back with us, sir. Can you hear us better this time? Sir, can you hear us?
Hello. Hello. My dear friend, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir. Can you also hear me?
Hello. Yeah, now I can hear you. Good evening, my dear friend.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. I want to know, why did you compare the Prime Minister to the demon Bhasmasur?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Go on, sir. All right, so I'm not very sure whether that audio line is clear or not, or the Neta is just trying to avoid us. But remember, we will try to keep connecting with him. It's important, as I said, to ask why he believes that gali politics is the best way that the Congress has right now to win any election. After Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani runs down the third highest civilian award, the Padma Bhushan, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party now has written to the president demanding an apology. His party said that the J&K Congress chief insulted the awardees. After the Congress, the National Conference is also raising doubts on Padma Bhushan award, taking a dig at the centre. Sheikh Bashir, who's the National Conference Provisional Secretary, says the government has belittled the importance of awards.
मेरा ख्याल है कि अवार्ड को डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन
हुकूमतों ने ऐसा सिचुएशन किया कि इन अवार्ड्स की अहमियत ही कम कर दी है। ये मैं कहता हूँ, अवार्ड्स जो हैं वो प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटीज़, राधा कृष्णन साहब थे या बहुत से लोग थे, मौलाना अबुल कलाम आज़ाद साहब थे या APJ कलाम साहब हैं, तो अब इसमें पॉलिटिक्स आ गया है तो इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को ख़त्म कर रहे हैं ये लोग। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को रहने देना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये कुछ ख़ास लोग ही होते हैं जिनको ये दिया जाता है। इसको ना डिस्कस करें तो अच्छी बात है।
Hindu seer Jitendranand Saraswati has filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking an intervention in the matter related to forced religious conversion. He has contended that forced conversion would destroy the Hindu civilization and directed the centre to take stringent steps to control the same. It's a big development on the Mangaluru blast probe. The Karnataka police now have formally handed the case to the NIA, and the bomber Sharik has given a statement to the cops on his financial funding, and he was also quizzed by the NIA on the same. As the countdown to the second phase of the Gujarat polls has begun, Union Minister Smriti Irani headed a massive road show earlier in Gujarat's Modasa today. Hundreds of supporters were seen participating in the same. The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister will be holding 3 rallies in Ahmedabad today. The BJP's rallies coming ahead of the second and the last phase of the crucial Gujarat polls. Mega SI raids are underway across 12 locations in Kashmir. These are Srinagar, Bandipora, Badgaon, Kupwara and other districts. The Chief of the Naval Staff flagged off a mega bike rally in the national capital. This is coming after Indian Navy bikers team embarked on a 1,500-kilometer running expedition through 7 northeastern states. Let's put our focus back on the Gali politics that we have seen this election. Since I'm told the Karnataka Congress leader, Mr. V.S. Ugrappa, the former MP, is also joining us once again on the broadcast. Sir, good evening. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, can you tell us why did you call the Prime Minister Bhasmasur?
See, as you know, in Hindi mythology, there is a story called Mohini Bhasmasura. So, in which with the grace of Lord Shiva, so that Bhasmasura had a power to destroy anything and everything by putting his hand on it, as he likes. But it was using by him for bad things, and was detrimental to the civilized society. Similarly, our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, because of his misrule, because of his attitude, so I called him as a Adhunika Bhasmasura. Even when I was in Parliament in 2019 January, so I called him as a Adhunika Duryodhana because of his arrogancy. See, now why I am giving reasons why I called him as Adhunika Bhasmasura. So in fact, in our country, so there are about 14.89 lakh schools in our country, out of which 10 lakhs 22,000 lakh schools, government schools are there. So in fact, in these schools, 22 crores 56 lakh students are studying. So for them, Mr. Modi has ordered to stop giving scholarships, which is detrimental to the future of those boys and also the detrimental to the future of this country. As you are aware, during our regime, the constitution was amended and we have made a provision stating that Article 21 providing a right to education. So which has become a fundamental right. Thereby we have been providing free education from first standard to 8th standard. But unfortunately, Mr. Modi, so now he has stopped the scholarships of these SC, ST, OBC and minorities. So it is nothing but a attitude of Bhasmasura, because he always says that sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vignan and social justice. Why he has stopped? You know why scholarships have been given to the SC, ST, OBC and other sections. Even as for the provisions of Article 330 to 342 and read with Article 16 of the Constitution, wherein there are many provisions which says that government has to stake. So also in directive principles of the state policy, government has to take steps to encourage the people. In fact, when 1947, the literacy rate was hardly around 11%. Now it has gone up to 78 or 79%. Why? Because of our facilities extended by the union government as well as the state government's concern. In fact, see, as you are aware, our Prime Minister had given all sorts of promises. So first, that he is going to bring back block money and distribute the same to the poor people at the rate of 15 lakhs per family. So he will curb the corruption and Nakali notes, etc. Even in that, he spoke many things on that. He failed to do so. So in fact, now GDP has gone down to 6.6 or 6.9. So which is a clear indication that when he speaks, though that department or that section will be vanished, or it will be a loss to the country and all. Similarly, you know, he had promised that he is going to create 2 crores of jobs every year for the youth. But he failed even in that. Not only that, in the other hand, so due to pandemic and misrule of Mr. Modi, so we lost more than 13 crores jobs. So similarly, he had promised that he is going to bring back the prices of petrol, diesel, gas and other commodities which are very much
Mr. Ugrappa, sir, can you hear me?
day-to-day life of the people. But he failed to do so. In the other hand, the prices have gone up. Consequently, the people's life became miserable. So in fact, now he has
Mr.
ordered,
Ugrappa, sir, can you hear me?
Cancelling the scholarship and other things for the student. So in the other hand, in fact, it is very, very important. You have to see the priority for this government. So in fact, Mr. Modi's government during 2017 to 2021, he has written off about 10 lakh crores of corporate personalities. Take for example, see this ABJ shipyards. They had taken loan of 1,865. So he has written off, his government has waived off entire 1,865 crores. Similarly, Rio Agro Limited, that company had taken 3 lakhs.
Mr. Ugrappa, can you hear us now?
904 crores, 3,904 crores, wherein, so in fact, this government has waived off 2,717 crores. Win some diamonds. Yeah, I can.
Mr. Ugrappa, you've been speaking, sir, for the last few minutes.
Can you hear me, my dear friend?
This is not a platform, sir, for your speech. With due respect to you.
Yeah, tell me,
now,
please.
You are obviously justifying a lot of things. I think you have a prepared statement, sir, that you're reading
my
from.
Dear friend,
I just want to tell you one little thing.
Yeah, my dear
I just
friend,
Googled. No, 1 second, sir. Please take a question. Please take a question, sir.
Friend, please
take a question.
My dear
Bhasmasur is an asur or a demon who was granted the power to burn up and immediately turn into ashes anyone whose head he touched with his hand. Can you tell me something that you can have differences? You're a political party, you can have n number of political differences. But why resort to Gali politics?
See, listen. See, my dear friend, please listen to me first. I know the freedom of expression. freedom of press. And I am very, very clear. You have taken a wakalat of Bharatiya Janata Party. I have no objection. But the attitude of Mr. Modi, as a responsible person, I am telling you, because of his attitude, the Indian economy has been destroyed. The employment of youth has been destroyed. The prices have gone up. So
you can talk about
now
unemployment,
Mr.
you
Modi
can talk of inflation, sir, you can talk of any other scheme that you believe that the government is not doing justice to.
Yes,
my limited point to you, sir, is why to resort to Gali politics. That's it.
My dear friend, please listen to me. Please listen to me. You know why he has ordered when he has written off 10 lakh crores of some corporate personalities. So students requires only few thousand crores for their scholarships, which he has ordered not to give the scholarships to the SC,
so will you apologize?
Minority children.
Because you obviously want to duck those questions. You have a prepared statement, you're reading from that. I just want to ask you the last question. Will you apologize for your Gali politics?
My dear friend, please listen to me. Miss, I am sorry, my dear friend, please listen to me. I am not reading any statement. I am a practicing lawyer. You should know your limitations. See, you have taken a wakalat of Bharatiya Janata Party. You are talking rubbish. Don't talk rubbish. If you want to ask any question, you ask.
1 second, sir.
You should.
I didn't know that abusers come so naturally to you, sir. But I will still extend that courtesy, because you are a former member of parliament, sir. You're a former member of parliament,
you are
sir.
Telling that I am reading.
You say you have an illustrated career. I just want to know that what is the compulsion that come any election you will resort to Gali politics? Why use Galis? Why use abusers?
No, see, listen. See, I am not abusing. I made it very, very clear. Because of his policies and programs, many things are destroying. That is why I have used that he is a Adunika Basmasura. Even when I was in parliament, I had used he is a Adunika Duryodhana. Because of his arrogancy, because of his attitude, I have no grounds against him. My grounds is against his attitude, against his policies and programs. So because of his policies and programs, the future of the children is going to be destroyed. That is my anxiety. That is why I used. What is wrong in it? Please tell me.
Okay,
see, in the last
I don't know. You're obviously caught in a spot today, because you can't justify that. Why do you have to, make your differences known to someone by using Galis? Not the first time you have a Congress neta who's used a Gali and justified it, but we leave it there only for want of time, sir. Thank you for speaking to us on Republic.
Okay, thank you, my dear.
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. 1 second. Noora, did you receive gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan, that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban, and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP.
For more than 40 long years, Pakistan considered Afghanistan to be its backyard. And it is these visions of Afghanistan which led to this grand strategy of strategic depth. Pakistan has for long considered Afghanistan its fifth province. Now therein lies a problem. Pakistan took money from the CIA and innocent Afghans were converted into the world's most fearsome militia called the Taliban. Blood has flown like water in Afghanistan, most of the times thanks to Pakistan. Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan. Come, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace. And this is one of the stories that I'm going to pick up today and talk to you about. Hi, I'm Major Gauravari and you're watching Checkmate. Friends, Pakistan, as I mentioned, has considered Afghanistan to be its backyard. It holds the keys to the doors of Afghanistan, and if you look at this map, you will see how Afghanistan is a landlocked country, and there are only two ingress points by sea. One is Iran and the other one is Pakistan now. Iran has been blacklisted by almost anybody and everybody. It has massive sanctions from the West. To trade with Iran is like calling for a death wish. So what do people do? What do people do who want to reach Afghanistan and Central Asia by sea? They go to Pakistan. And Pakistan controls this territory. Or Pakistan controlled this territory so far. But things are fast changing. Very recently, the Pakistani Minister for State for Foreign Affairs, Hina Rabbani Khar, went to Kabul. This was another one of those Pakistani missions that accomplished nothing. On the face of it, Hina Rabbani Khar discussed a host of issues. And issues like education. So the Pakistani Minister of State for Foreign Affairs actually discussed education. Probably girls' education with the Taliban. Health with the Taliban. People-to-people contact. And socio-economic projects. All these were discussed. I don't know which projects Pakistan discussed with the Taliban, but the fact of the matter is Pakistan is broke and so are the Afghans. But the fact of the matter is this is another ploy for Pakistan to reach out to the Afghans, reach out to the Taliban and tell them, hey, rein in those TTP terrorists. Recently, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan declared an all-out war against Pakistan. The leadership of the TTP exhorted its fighters to attack each and every city, every target possible inside Pakistan. Pakistan is running scared. There was a time when Imran Khan celebrated the march of Taliban to power. Slightly more than a year ago when the Americans withdrew and Taliban marched into power in Kabul. It was Imran Khan who in his address to the nation said, "This is Zehni Azadi, the freedom of the heart and mind. True Azadi, true freedom." He said now Afghans would write their own destiny. And he said Pakistan could feel safe, that its western borders were secure. The exact opposite happened. It didn't matter if General Faiz Hamid, the then chief of the ISI, went to Kandahar and offered namaz with Taliban fighters and the Taliban leadership. It did not matter if Faiz Hamid went to Kabul and met with the Taliban and helped in actually forming the government in Kabul. What happened was this. As soon as the Taliban achieved power in Kabul, the first thing that they did was freed thousands of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan fighters from jails. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has a bayt with the Afghan Taliban. A bayt is an affirmation of acceptance of leadership. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan actually consider the Afghan Taliban leader as their leader. For long, Pakistan has said that there is a good Taliban and there is a bad Taliban. The good Taliban is the Afghan Taliban and the bad Taliban is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. And the good Taliban does not attack Pakistan, but the bad Taliban does. This was Pakistan's foreign policy vis-a-vis Afghanistan. Those differences between good and bad Taliban have come down crashing, and today it is just bad Taliban. There is no longer any good Taliban. The Afghans don't recognize the Durand Line, and the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, as I mentioned before, have declared an all-out war against the state of Pakistan. Now, what does Pakistan do? This country, Afghanistan, and this organization, the Taliban, whose ascent to power the Pakistanis were madly celebrating on the streets, has killed more than 300 Pakistanis, uniformed personnel, army, frontier constabulary and the police. And they say that we will kill many more. They want to take over Pakistan. They don't recognize Pakistan as a country. They said that the Pakistani constitution is bunkam. It should be Sharia all the way. They claim territory till attack. They do not recognize the geographical sovereignty of Pakistan. That is why the Pakistani delegation went to Kabul on its knees, begging for peace. In another not so surprising move, Fawad Chaudhry, senior Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leader, met Donald Bloom, who is the American ambassador to Pakistan. This has hurt a lot of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf cadre because Imran Khan had based his entire movement of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf after April 2022 on the fact that there was a foreign conspiracy. Imported hukumat na manzoor. We will not accept an imported government. That was Imran Khan's refrain at every single jalsa and every march, every sit-in that Imran Khan held. He said that the West, especially the United States of America, did not want Pakistan to be sovereign, independent and powerful. It was jealous. The United States of America, no less, was jealous of Pakistan because Pakistan was the world's only Muslim nuclear nation. And this is why, in cahoots with the generals at Rawalpindi, they plotted his downfall. The fact of the matter is Imran Khan lost a vote of no confidence. The fact of the matter is that Imran Khan was appointed by Qamar Javed Bajwa. When Qamar Javed Bajwa felt that Imran Khan was no longer required, he replaced him with Shehbaz Sharif. Imran Khan knows this. But Imran Khan played a lovely card, a wonderful card, worthy of the most cunning politician, the most wily politician. Imran Khan tapped into the deep anti-Americanism prevalent in Pakistani society. This defies all logic because Pakistan as a nation has been propped up by the United States of America from 14th of August 1947, since Pakistan came into existence. Pakistan has grown up on American dollars. Pakistan, a nation that has a negligible economy of its own, has survived on US aid, US help and US dollars for more than 70 years of its existence. It is only when America stopped giving money that Pakistan started asking China for money, started asking other countries, but it was essentially the troika of the United Arab Emirates, America and Saudi Arabia that kept Pakistan afloat. Yet, for some strange reason, the Pakistani street hates the Americans. Imran Khan knew this, and Imran Khan tapped into this deep, deep self-created discontent. Imported hukumat na manzoor. We will not accept an imported government in Islamabad. This resonated with Pakistan's youth. People in their hundreds of thousands came on the streets and protested against the Shehbaz Sharif government. They called the army chief names. And the bastion of Pakistan, that final bastion of Pakistan that has never been breached, the Pakistan army, was actually breached by its own citizens. This is the gift that Imran Khan gave to the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, the point here is simple. Today, Imran Khan knows that he has faltered. Imran Khan knows that Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid, his ace, who was supposed to become army chief, has now resigned and gone home. He knows that there are no elections around the corner. He knows that Shehbaz Sharif will call for elections after August 2023. And there is a constitutional way forward in the Pakistani constitution, a constitutional point, if I may say, by which the elections can be delayed by another 6 months, that is after August 2023. Shehbaz Sharif will try to delay the elections as much as he can, because he knows that in the end, this entire glamour of Imran Khan is chipping away fast. People are getting tired of Imran Khan's repetitive U-turns. You know, abuse the army chief one day, congratulate the army chief the next day, beg in front of the army chief at night, abuse him in the morning, say that America intervened and America was responsible for the regime change, but in the morning go back and send his cronies to beg in front of the American ambassador. This is pretty much Imran's concept of what foreign policy should be. Now people are getting sick and tired of all this, and people are now slowly pulling back, and that is the entire strategy of Shehbaz Sharif. Delay elections, and that entire aura of Imran Khan comes crashing down. A certain fatigue will set in. At least that is what Shehbaz Sharif thinks. Now this new army chief who has come into Pakistan, who is he? You know, the media has written a lot about him being the ISI chief when Pulwama was carried out. He's a Hafizul Quran, a person who knows the Quran by heart. He's a traditionalist, but he's also a pragmatic general. I think that peace along the line of control will be maintained by General Asim Munir. He has no choice, actually. Pakistan does not have the capacity to fight on both the east and the west. And its western borders, the Durand Line, is on fire. The Pakistani hinterland, especially in the tribal areas, is on fire. It seems that the terrorists are asking for even senior politicians, even senior bureaucrats are being forced to give protection money to the terrorists of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Common citizens are being asked to pay taxes. The TTP has set up parallel courts in many parts of Pakistan. The writ of the state no longer runs in those lawless tribal belts. Pakistanis are very fond of comparing how India has progressed and how Pakistan is not. Almost every Pakistani YouTuber, every Pakistani television channel says that India has reached such heights. And where are we? Where do we stand? This is a common refrain. And this is just one single point that I'd like to give. Any Pakistani who's watching this program, your remittances have fallen. They have fallen sharply for various reasons. Imran Khan has been saying that had I been the Prime Minister, now Pakistan would have got oil at very cheap rates. So this is exactly what Shehbaz Sharif's people went to Moscow and told the Russians. They said, we want oil at exactly the same price that you're giving to India. This comparison with India is an obsession with most Pakistanis, not just the government, even common Pakistanis. There is this mad obsession of comparing everything with India. And this is exactly what they told the Russians, and the Russians said no. They said, we want 30-40% discount, and they said no. I'm sorry, we can't give you that kind of discount. We don't, our oil is booked for the foreseeable future. Maybe we can talk about it later. Why don't you take it up through the diplomatic channels? A very polite way of saying that no sir, you can't get the deal that India has got.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना।
वो सपना जो बुना तुझे लगा गुनगुना।
कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
इसलिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा। अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. 1 second. Noora, did you receive gifts from Sheikh? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 100.
The interest rates in the United States have gone up, in Canada have gone up, and people no longer find it profitable to send their money to Pakistan. Pakistan was paying 7%. Now that is no longer thought to be profitable by Pakistanis. You know, they will send some amount of money to their relatives, but nobody is going to invest in Pakistan, because if you get 5% in America and 7% in Pakistan, a Pakistani residing in America would rather put his money in America, because every day you hear news, Pakistan will default, Pakistan is a banana republic, Pakistan will not exist, it's going to break down, it's going to break up into pieces. Now, these are horror stories for any investor, whether you're investing $100 or 100 million. Not that Pakistan has seen 100 million in a very long time, but this is something that really scares even Pakistanis living abroad. India, on the other hand, as per the IMF, will close 2022 this year with $100 billion worth of only remittances. Take a moment and let that sink in. $100 billion only in remittances, which means Indians working and residing abroad, Indians working in various capacities, or people of Indian origin sending money to India. Remittances only, $100 billion. And then Pakistanis compare, where do we stand and where does India stand? In another news, Pakistan has asked Russia for massive discounts on oil. You know, this has been something that Imran Khan has said in each and every jalsa, each and every gathering, that he was about to sign a deal with the Russians. He was about to ask the Russians to give him oil, give him wheat, give him coal, give him energy at throwaway prices, taking advantage of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. This is what Imran Khan said. Imran Khan has no paper to prove that there was any such discussion or any such agreement. In fact, he said there was an agreement. Imran Khan had no paper to show. But this is something that Imran Khan has been repeating for a very, very long time. Imran Khan has been saying that had I been the Prime Minister, now Pakistan would have got oil at very cheap rates. So this is exactly what Shehbaz Sharif's people went to Moscow and told the Russians. They said, we want oil at exactly the same price that you're giving to India. This comparison with India is an obsession with most Pakistanis, not just the government, even common Pakistanis. There is this mad obsession of comparing everything with India. And this is exactly what they told the Russians, and the Russians said no. They said, we want 30-40% discount, and they said no. I'm sorry, we can't give you that kind of discount. We don't, our oil is booked for the foreseeable future. Maybe we can talk about it later. Why don't you take it up through the diplomatic channels? A very polite way of saying that no, sir, you can't get the deal that India has got. What Pakistanis fail to realize is that they are trying to capitalize on a certain situation that has befallen Russia. Russia is today faced with sanctions. Russia is faced with so many problems, economic mostly, and Pakistanis want to take advantage of that. They don't realize that, Russia is no pushover. India has had trade relations and military relations with Russia going back 75 years. Pakistan wants exactly the same treatment on day one. How is that even possible? And India pays cash. India might get a hefty discount, but India pays cash. And our trade with Russia, especially in oil, is in rupees. Pakistan has to pay scarce dollars that Pakistan does not have. Pakistan's treasury, the entire foreign exchange reserve with Pakistan, is $7.9 billion only. And Pakistan has to pay $1 billion for bonds which people bought. They have to pay interest on those bonds in the month of December. How will Pakistan pay hundreds and millions of dollars to Russia, cash up front? Has Pakistan in the last 10 years ever paid? Hardly would have Pakistan paid money up front. They're always looking for deferred payments. Whether it's Saudi Arabia or whether it's any other country, the UAE, Pakistan takes oil and says, I will buy oil from you in 2022 and I will pay you in 2025. And in 2025 they say that we can't pay you in 2025, we'll pay you in 2027. This is how Pakistan conducts itself when it comes to commercial transactions. And Pakistan wants exactly the same respect that India has, the same protocol